Welcome back to another edition of Fly Tying for Beginners. Today we're going to tie a Tenkara style fly. We're going to start out with a wet fly. There's three basic Tenkara style flies. And you have a wet fly, a dry fly, and one that would be used wet or dry. The hook I have in the vise is a 200R. This is a size 18. This is a curved shank. It is a 2 extra long shank. And this is from Green Caddis Outfitters, greencaddis.com. I'm going to use the 16/0 thread. And I'm going to attach it behind the eye. And then I'm going to remove the excess thread there. I'm going to make the wet fly with a quill body, and here I have a hand strip Polish quill. This is Peacock Herl, and I had it soaking for a while. I'm going to tie it in there, and I'm going to bring the quill back to the rear of the hook. I'm going to bring that around the bend just slightly, and then I'm going to take the thread forward again. Keep those wraps pretty tight when you're tying with a quill, because you don't want the quill to fall into a space. I'm going to take a little bit of head cement, nice fresh thin head cement, and put that on the shank. Then I'm going to wrap the quill, and I tied this in from the tip, and it's going to be thinner at the bottom than at the top. And when you have your quill soaked, you have less chance of breaking it. And I'm going to bring that up top. And we got nice segments in there. I'm going to hold this and turn my vise. You have to be pretty careful when you're tying quills. Even when they're soaked, they could break. And I have that up the top, and I'm going to tie that off. I'm going to fold that back a little bit and put a couple of wraps on top of that. And then I'm going to trim that off. Take that and tie that in and kind of even out that head there a little bit, because I got a bump. Now we can move on to the hackle, but I'm going to take my Deer Creek Diamond Fine, and I'm going to put a little bit of that on there just. Not very much at all. Take my bodkin and spread that out. Bring it all the way around the shank. We're going to hit that with the light. And in just 3 or 4 seconds, that's going to be cured. Now for the hackle, with a wet fly, as in all wet flies, you want a soft hackle. So I'm going to select the hackle off my partridge skin I have a little bit of haircut on there. We're going to tie that in. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to make a bit of a head here. And I'll bring that thread back around the middle somewhere. Take my hackle pliers. You can pull everything to one side. Okay, I'm already at the area that my hackle plier grips, so I'm going to tie that off. I'm going to remove the excess on the front. And we're going to clean that head up some more. I'm going to take that thread through the hackle to the rear of it. I got one real long one there. I'm going to pick that one out. And we bring it to the rear. And now we're going to push the hackles towards the front, but you want to make sure that you keep them nice and evenly spaced around the hook. I like this concept here for a wet fly. When it's in the water and you twitch it, this hackle is going to go back and forward, and it's going to look more like something alive. Going to take my whip finish. And here we have a Quill body Tenkara wet fly. Hope that you learned something from this video. Hope that you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends. Please visit my sponsors. Leave comments, questions, suggestions, and most of all, thank you very much for watching my videos.